Good afternoon, it's Brian here at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare, and fortunately it is gone real stormy again, so, and my hair's all over the place, so excuse me. This is a real nice tidy 2012 Volkswagen Tiguan. We are a garage in Kildare town, just very briefly, family run business in operation for over 70 years, so garages in Carlow, Naas, Tullamore and Kildare town here as well. This car here is located in the Kildare branch. Any information you want, 086 843 1945, please do give me a call no matter where you are in the country. So anyway, as we were saying, the car is a nice tidy example of a Volkswagen Tiguan 2-litre diesel. I think it's what's called a trend and fun model, but it actually used to belong to a friend of mine. So a really nice tidy car overall. He's just upgraded and gone up a couple of years into another vehicle with 7 seats in it actually. Anyway, let's have a look around the car. So starting out the front, again it's not a model that I'm overly familiar with, so bear with me on the specifications, but from what I see here at the front, I would imagine that all the Tiguans have the nice kind of chrome grille along the front there. Front fog lights are standard on it. In through here, when these aren't on, you'll have your daytime running light in through there, and then obviously your full and dips are double optic there, so it's giving you a lot of light on the road when all the lights are on. You got 1, 2, 3 and same on the other side, so 6 overall, so very good lighting at the front of the car. That is a 2-litre turbo diesel engine. It's got 110 horsepower with a 6 forward gear gearbox. The car is, for a year, €280 per year for road tax, and then realistic fuel efficiency. I'm going to make an assumption here. I did drive the car actually. I did a little bit of mileage on this car since it came in, and I am, from what I see, you're kind of in around the region of 45 to 50 miles per gallon, that kind of thing. If you are very frugal on it, I think you have the ability to go over that, but that is very, very realistic for kind of short-term driving and maybe the odd kind of spin. One thing that stands out, and for a black car, because they're really unforgiving, that colour, it's quite nice and tidy, this car. Parking sensors we were saying at the front, and then I think it has a sideways kind of setup, and what that is basically when you're coming up beside a space and you're trying to see, okay, if I came up along here, will I fit in there? It's actually kind of looking sideways to see, can you fit into the space? Looking at the front of the car, again, we've only cleaned the car, but there's so much dust around this time of year, it's really difficult to tell. There's a couple of stone chips on the bonnet, but they're very, very small, and I don't think it would stop you buying a car like this, because you would expect that on a 2012 car. Down this side, this wing is in very nice condition. That alloy wheel is in nice condition, and moving down the side here, if we look along that door and that door onto the quarter panel, nice and tidy all the way down. Mirror cap is in good condition with an LED indicator. Down to the rear wheel, nice condition too, and onto that quarter panel. So far I would go as far as saying, if you come to look at this car, the passenger side you're definitely going to be happy with. Moving on to the back, I like the little dual exit exhaust. This here, he is somebody that still does have a caravan. So he would have used the tow bar for towing the caravan on holidays, on bank holidays and things like that, and into the summer as well. So light towing basically would have been done on that. Down the boot, actually I'd say, is very nice condition. Corner, the bumpers are nice condition. He's kept it well. And then after that, again, parking sensors along here, and I think this sensor again just keeping in with the sideways parking, car parking space kind of, what's it called? I'll have a look at it in a second when we get inside the car. Rear wheel is in, yeah, good condition too. And down the side of the car, she is good in terms of the quarter panel, the doors and onto the wing and onto that mirror cap as well. So honestly, if you come look at that car, that wheel, yeah, nice condition too. So far I'd go as far as saying, if you come to look at that car, definitely going to be happy with condition. NCT we're going to do, so we just want to service her first, because I'd say it's going to need a couple of bits and pieces in terms of servicing, and we'll have a look at tyres and brakes and all that kind of stuff as well, so we've got to get that sorted. And once that's done, then we'll be refreshing the NCT up to what I'd imagine is going to be 2020. And the other thing as well is we're going to do the timing belt on the car, so we're going to send it to a local Volkswagen dealer, and they're going to do the timing belt for us, because they're more expert on Volkswagens than we are. Boot is in very nice condition on both sides. Carpet set and all that kind of stuff, very nice, very, very tidy. And then down through here we have spare wheel, and then he had the extra plate for the caravan at the time, I presume. He bought the car about 2.5, maybe 3 years ago, something like that. So there was a previous owner before him, but so far I think everyone's done a nice job of keeping it. Child locks, electrics for windows in through here. Down onto the floors, look quite nice. 12-volt outlet back here, ventilation back here, and then the seats and the rear part of the seats along here, all very good condition. Isofix. And then, is that an armrest? No. Oh, it is. Is it? Oh, it is. Okay, that's kind of cool. Right, armrest in through the centre, that comes back up. Plenty of room, to be fair, so let's have a look. Because I find the Tiguan, actually, when you look at them on the outside, they don't seem to look as big as some of the other SUVs, but actually, that is deceiving in here. There's a lot of space. Like, the headroom is serious, actually. Maybe it's because they're higher, they don't look as long or something like that, but that's actually a good amount of room. Legroom's really good, headroom's really, really good as well. And as we were saying, condition quite nice back through there. And then in the front of the car, when we get into it, so electrics over here for windows and mirrors, and they're heated obviously as well. So the car's done about 126 or so thousand kilometres. Driver seat, so looking down here, sorry, just the camera. Passenger seat onto the floor, nice condition. Driver seat, let's see, under me bum there, that's good and tidy. Steering wheel and gear knob are in nice condition and would adhere to the mileage. Parking sensors on or off, and then we're saying the, what is that? Okay, maybe not. Yeah, it just comes up along here telling you basically what kind of is happening in terms of parking in front and rear, and I think that's sideways function as well. AC, so air conditioning, and then in through here, right, okay, let me just click you onto another screen here. So if we have a look in through the centre, I now have that on, and it's looking for car park spaces to my left. In this case, obviously that's no good because we're not trying to park. So that's kind of cool. Let's give it a whack actually, let's see. Could be rubbish, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of some of these parking aids in any of the cars because I find with some of them you'd be fecking in the space by the time it actually, you get to use it. Park assist finished, right. Okay, let's turn it on. Yeah, I'm going to have to find out how to use that because it doesn't look straightforward. I'm sure it is, but I just can't see how to use it. So I know you pull up beside the space. Anyway, look, I'll check the manual when you come in. I'll have that sorted. In through here then we're going to do things like average fuel efficiency, oil temperature, speed, countdown to next service, all that kind of information in through there. So actually looking at it here, it doesn't say it's service due for about 14,000 kilometres, but I still need to get in the workshop and check that out anyway overall. Electrochromatic rear mirrors, which means it darkens itself when someone comes up behind you. Small bit of storage in through there, usual lighting in through here, and really again keeping in the theme, headlights are automatic. Overall nice tidy car. Let's have a quick look in here then. There is also the service record. So in through here, looking at the car, she has servicing 2013, she has servicing 2015, 2015 again, 2016, 2017, so yeah, service history is pretty good throughout. And then we're going to, like we're saying, get time belt done and have a look around it for other work. So you'll be leaving here basically in the way that we're saying, car's good to go, and we're going to be putting a warranty on the car, and like we said, brand new NCT. Handbrake is automated down through here, so it's easy to use, it automatically disables. Auxiliary in through there in the armrest, and then that armrest goes backwards and forwards and all that kind of stuff as well. So yeah, quite nice and tidy car actually. So if you're familiar with the Tiguan, that's grand, you will know this car already, and if you come to look at it, then it's just a matter of seeing is this example suitable for you. I think if you are in the market for a 2012 Tiguan, this one is definitely worth looking at. Yes, there is going to be cheaper ones on the market for sure, because there always is, but the difference with something like this is it's going to be prepared properly when it leaves. And like, I suppose what I find sometimes is you'll see stuff that's advertised in massive wholesalers, and sometimes it can be a couple of grand cheaper, and the reason is genuinely down the road you have to factor in things like when is the timing belt done, when is the car going to need to be serviced, how tidy is the car throughout. It's all stuff that eventually it does add up. So like we were saying, it'll be comprehensively done before it leaves here and cleaned up properly, and new NCT and timing belt obviously we talked about and all that kind of stuff as well. So definitely worth looking at. If you're not familiar with the Tiguan and you want an SUV in around this kind of figure, again, we can give you finance information on a car like this. We can trade in any car you have, and if you're looking for a nice tidy SUV that's easy to run, that's diesel, it's got a reasonable road tax, it's got frugality, and overall something that will actually be worth a few quid by the time you're finished with it, these Tiguans seem to be something that kind of ticks those boxes. So if you'd like to have a look at this car, or actually, do you know what, if you're down the country and you can't get up to us, fine, give us a shout on the phone. I can go through everything with you in terms of trade-ins, finance, all that kind of stuff before you travel. If you are basically, you want to call in and have a look at the car, great, give us a shout, 086 843 1945. Hopefully the car is of interest, and thank you for taking time to watch.